If you guys are watching the replay, appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. I'm going to do some water changes on all my 20 gallons and also the 10s on that side, because I did all my water changes last week on the bigger tanks. So come hang out for a little bit. I'll be busy, and I got my laptop up over here, so I'll try to keep up with the chat as best I can, but because of the tanks being a little bit smaller, I kind of have to keep an eye on whenever I'm filling the water up and all that sort of thing, so you got to pay more attention. But I do have chat up on here, my laptop, so I decided to do the horizontal stream on this one, and then maybe I'll do a vertical next time, so I'm kind of going back and forth between the two. So anyways, I went ahead and took the hoods, or the glass hoods off of these already, right before I went live. And I took a couple off of here. They were overdue for cleaning. So they're actually just sitting. They're just sitting right over here. So we'll just get to these water changes, and you guys can hang out for a little bit. What's up? Hi, Mary. Oh yeah, this one already got a water change before I moved all the Mbunas over. I'll give you guys a look at the Mbunas too, so whoever does the replay watches, if they only have a few minutes to spare, then you guys can check out my Mbuna situation. I mean, they are all doing really well still. So I'm really happy about it. They're all swimming around, they're all claiming their spot, and there's not a whole lot of aggression. I think overstocking the tank plus putting all the different things I've done with it has really drastically improved this by far. So just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update on that. So yeah, let's get busy with it. What I plan to do is clean some of the glass up, and then hopefully empty all the water all at the same time. And if I get a good rhythm going, I should be able to empty tanks while at the same time filling one up. But we'll see how it goes. This glass isn't too bad, really. There's some of the other ones could use a little bit of cleaning, but this one's not too bad. Thing with the smaller fish, you have to be careful, especially when there's so many of them. They usually hide, and they're usually pretty good at hiding whenever I do water changes. But if you get a bunch of them, and you're trying to do the walls and get the water out, it can get pretty, you know, I have to watch what I'm doing so I don't accidentally kill one of them. Deuterino, what's up? That's a new one for me, Deuterino. So if anyone is curious on how I do it, I have this small green pump right here, and I just put it in each one of the tanks, and that just goes into my, since the hose is really small, I just put it in this brute trash can, and it fills up, and then that trash can will actually go all the way to my bathroom shower. And I could buy a longer hose. Oh, and there's a CJ Ultra Zero pump in the trash can that takes the water from there into the shower, and that's where the longer hose plays in. So this is how I do on my smaller ones. On their bigger tanks, that Ultra Zero pump will actually have enough hose line to reach all the way to the bathroom. But for these smaller tanks, that Ultra Zero pump's pretty big, and I don't like sticking that giant pump on the inside any of these tanks. So I like to try to keep things simple. But yeah, this is a Vivo Sun, the green pump. It's on Amazon. It's like 20 bucks or something. So it's not bad. And then I have, whenever this is in here, I have this on-off switch, so I can kind of control when this turns on and off. So if I have like anything like happen between now and anything else, like say a fish gets near my pump, or if that comes off here, because I'm actually holding on to the hose with that clip, if you see there, so it doesn't fly out. But if I have anything that happens, I can immediately hit the switch and prevent that from anything from happening. Usually with these tanks, I usually do about a 40 to 50% water change, especially with the amount of fish that's in here. And also because of my schedule, sometimes I don't get to it until about a couple weeks or so. What's up, fish fam? Hope all's well. I might clean the glass up on this one. There's nothing in this top tank. I was planning to use this tank as like a hospital quarantine tank, but sometimes I run into situations like here soon. I'm going to need the space to put all the baby fish in that are growing pretty quick. Because I was using this to heal up some yellow labs, and it worked really well. I guess I could probably do a water change on this one too, really. Wouldn't hurt it. Why not? While I'm here, it won't take long. Probably won't do a whole lot of water change on this one. Just try to get some of the debris out of it. Fish waste. I forgot that this hose that I have on this here, on this pump, not the diameter, but it's a thin wall. Yeah, sometimes that motivates me to do water changes. Triple is, whenever I watch other people do water changes, it kind of makes me want to do some too. Yeah, I'll kind of show you guys here, this bottom one. Making you feel bad, huh? It's all good. Sometimes that's all you need is just a little motivation. Last time I went live when I did my water changes, I had this old tablet, and I still do have it, but for some reason it was giving, like, if you watch the replay of that one, in the beginning of it there was like this high-pitched screaming, and it was because for some reason that old tablet could not be near anything, like it could not be near my phone without it giving like an annoying ring. It's like, well, I'm not doing that again. So I'm using my phone and have my laptop up near me so I can keep up with everything. Yeah, I don't have that annoying ringing noise. All right. Oh, really? Remember that was the first live stream you saw? Did you see my last one when I was in front of my Buddha tank? I thought you were there, but maybe not. The thickness of this tubing is kind of thin, and I forgot that that's how this tubing was. So if I leave this hanging, it kind of pinches off a little bit. So I kind of have to hold it here. Seems like the little guys are doing fine. They're all hiding and they're staying away from the pump, so that's always a plus. Whenever I do water changes on my 29-gallon molly tank, they're like the most curious fish in the world. Like, that's all they do is go right by the pump and go right by where I'm working. So it's like one of the most nerve-wracking tanks to do a water change on, because they're just, I mean, I hate to say it, but they're kind of stupid. I love mollies, but See, that's why I have buckets. The siphon needed to be broken, so I got like some water in here, and that was just back siphoning. So it's a good thing that I'm paying attention here because that was close. Only Oscars, what's up? What's your dream fish? Oh yeah, that's right. It was kind of. You did watch the replay. That's right. Yeah. The python, you have to be careful with that too, because sometimes that'll pinch. Are you asking me what the dream fish is? It's stingrays. This one right here. So is June, that's only Oscars, right? I believe that's what that is. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I think you're on Salient's live stream a lot too. All right, cool. I like that name. It's different. June, is that like a is that a nickname, or do you have family or relatives that have names like July and August? You have to let me know. Like, what made you? What came up with the name June? I'm trying to remember everyone's names too, so that way when I talk to people, it's kind of nice to have a name along with their YouTube channel. It's nice to be a little bit more personal with the people that subscribe to me and watch my live streams, which is cool. Oh, this one's pretty dirty. Hopefully I'm getting you guys motivated to do your water changes. Alright. I'm not going to do anything with the decorations. I think I'll leave those alone. Still on the sofa. All right. No worries. This is a relaxation before the motivation. We could call it. I don't think I'm going to do any sponge filler maintenance. I think I'm going to wait and do that maybe next time, because they're all still doing pretty good. They're all doing what they're supposed to, so that's always good. All right, let's move you up a little bit. That's cool. So, June, you are getting stingrays in? That's the plan for your 275? This glass was really dirty. This is probably the worst. This one in the top one is probably the worst ones out of all of them. This glass was way overdue. Forgot I left that my dehumidifier. Forgot I left that on. You guys like the vertical live streams better? How do you guys watch them normally? Because I've done both vertical and horizontal, so I'm curious as to see what your preference is. Is a 90 liter. All right, that's cool. You'll go live on your when you do your tank, June. I like horizontal too. shrimple. Yeah, and like vertical, like if you're watching a computer on the television, it kind of sucks. But I guess it's kind of, it's more popular for the people who are like on their phone, I guess, which makes sense. But I don't know, I really haven't seen a difference so far. Whether it makes a difference for viewing, of how many views and likes I get. But I haven't looked into it extensively, but Jesse Sailing, he says that he switches on and off between vertical and horizontal, but I guess it's more for people who are on their phone. I don't know, I just like doing the horizontal myself personally. I think the vertical, I believe, shows up on the shorts feed, from what I understand. We'll move you up to the top again. Yeah, Mary, I'm kind of like with you. Like if I'm watching on a TV or something, I would much rather be horizontal because it looks like retarded on when you're doing vertical. If you're watching it on a bigger screen. All right, guys. Pardon me, coming through. Been a while since I cleaned the glass on some of these tanks. They were way overdue, both the glass hoods and the actual glass itself in the tank. Oh, thanks for the compliment on the Indians hat. Yeah, I don't ever call them the other name. Yeah, I try not to get too behind on scraping my tanks and the glass and stuff. But sometimes life happens. All right, so that concludes the emptying of the water changes. So L fish tanks, what do you mean by it shall remain unspoken here? I'm gonna go get the water turned on. So you guys keep hanging out. It'll take me a minute because I gotta go to the sop sink to get the water going and get the temperature to the right temperature. $77.7 degrees going in. Doesn't get any luckier than that. This is where paying attention is important. Now I'll fix the sand here. I used to put like a cup down here, a glass like measuring cup down here so the sand wouldn't go everywhere, but I just don't do that anymore. I just fix the sand, it's not a big deal. Quick and easy. You know, seahorses are kind of, maybe that'd be a bucket list fish for me. So seahorses being talked about in the chat. I haven't really gotten the inclination to do a saltwater tank, just because I've been so busy with my process doing all this stuff here. Got to be pretty quick with that python hose. If you guys saw my last water change stream, you really aren't supposed to. The water isn't pressure rated. You know, it's not good to have the python hose being under a lot of water pressure. Everything's going good so far. The main goal, of course, like last time, is to make sure not to overfill any tanks. So, Homer the Clown Trigger, you said that your first fish was a Vienna, I don't know how to pronounce that, they're guppies, Samarg. Guppies, you know, if they're like anything here, they breed like rabbits. Lunchbox. My first fish was, I think when I was a kid, and then I got out of the hobby, because you really didn't know much, I didn't know much about it, and you really didn't have much information to go by, unlike today's world when you have YouTube and everything. It's hard to look up information without getting an encyclopedia back in the day. But then I just got back into it. Well, I have to look at my app a few years ago. And it's been growing ever since, obviously. Uh-oh. Yeah, guppies will overrun the tank really quick. That'll happen really quick. Wow, you've been keeping fish, Homer, for 28 years? That's crazy. Good for you, though. It's nice to have so many things that are just readily available, especially like YouTube and like I joined. We got a lot of people going on Salient's Discord, so that's been really helpful. And just a readily available knowledge that I can get from YouTube has just been phenomenal. With all your guys' help and everybody else's, you know, within the community, it's been really, really informative and really helpful. I probably wouldn't know half the stuff that I do now if it wasn't for YouTube. Yeah, Mary, my 2-year-old daughter, she helps my wife feed my fish whenever I'm working a bunch. So whenever I'm gone, like 'cause I work 12-hour shifts, So a lot of times when I get up, it's way too early, and I don't have much time in the morning to feed them unless I get up like super early. But yeah, she's a lifesaver. I try to talk highly about her because both her and my daughter, my daughter loves to just stick her hands in the water and stick the pellets in for the bigger fish. It's pretty fun. Fun for her, I should say. So I could probably technically say that my daughter's been fish keeping since she just, was born. If I wanted to sound silly about it. But theoretically, she's been helping feed, I would say, she helps. She'll probably about, since she was 1.5, 1, to where she actually understands what's going on. Homer says he had to read 2 books before he got his first fish. Yeah, remember those days? Encyclopedias, and you have to actually go to the library and get I don't know how, any of your other guys, if you guys from, different states, countries, wherever you're from, but at the library that I was at, you actually had to go to the library, go look under the cards and pick the different cards and then find the book in the aisle. So it was like a whole ordeal when going to the library. Yeah, YouTube has definitely been a blessing for me. So I agree with that. Fish tanks. Well, Mary, I'm actually trying to get my wife to be on one of my live streams, so I can actually say, here's a person that's taking care of my fish whenever I'm gone. So one of these days I'll get her on here. If you guys want to see, I'm just filling up my last tank down here. Austria. So that's where you're from, Austria then, Homer? That's cool. Triple, yeah. Mary, you remember the library? That's crazy. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. Anyone know where that's from? If anyone can guess what 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish is from, that would be hilarious. Because I read those books when I was a kid. Sweet. So Homer's from Austria, Europe. So you probably have a different accent than I do, I'm assuming. That's what's crazy too, is when you're joining this YouTube community, sometimes it's easy to forget that people aren't just from the United States, or from all over the place. That sometimes I kind of have to think to myself, oh, it's probably if I'm streaming at 8, 9 p.m. here, I sometimes just automatically think, oh, if they're from the U.S., if they're from California, they're a few hours behind me. Then it's oh, well, people are in Australia and a 12-hour difference or whatever the hour difference is. But it's really neat because if I ended up getting a large enough community where I get a lot of subscribers and I keep moving on with this YouTube channel, that it'll be interesting to see all the different people that come in here from a bunch of different countries, and it really wouldn't matter what time I do the live stream because then there's people from all over the country getting on, which is pretty cool. I like that. All right, I gotta shut the water off. I'll be right back. All right, so 20 gallons complete. 6 out of 9, 10, 11, 12, I got 6 out of 15 water changes done. But the 10s shouldn't go too long. 10s are just a little bit weird because I have a couple hang on the backs and some of the filters are differently. Like sometimes I have like a couple double sponge filters, a couple hang on the backs on other ones. Things kind of get a little bit weird with the 10s, but I'll have to move the camera around a little bit. And I'm going to put the glass lids back on too, on the 20s. Between Italy and Germany, says Homer. Elfish says need to start a map with fish fan locations. Oh, Elfish tags. Dr. Seuss, you got it. See, there are some people that know about Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss. Homer says you speak native German. Well, that's cool. So is I might have this wrong, but like German would be like Guten Tag, would be like good day, if I have that, got that correct. Or like, you ever heard of Rammstein? Aren't they from Germany? You don't watch German stuff on YouTube, huh? Yeah, Dr. Seuss. Yep. I still have a couple of Dr. Seuss for my daughter. I mean, they're not. She can't read obviously because she's only almost 2 years old. But let me start putting the glass lids back on here. Do you guys feel like sometimes when you do water changes, your fish are almost thanking you for it? Or is it just me? Because I feel like their attitude almost completely changes sometimes, especially if it's been like, if you've been behind on maintenance and you do one. Do you ever feel like they're like, whenever you're done and everything looks great, that they're like super thankful for what you've done? I don't know, sometimes I feel that way and they almost notice and they're like they're all out in front and they're all happy, and or maybe it's just me. Master Aquatics, is that Eduardo? Alrighty. I think you've been on one of my live streams before, now that I think of it. All sorts of cords down here. Cords and water lines. Yeah, Homer, that's kind of how I feel. Like whenever you do a water change, like I just feel like they swim around a lot more, so it kind of gets them out and about, and I think they do. Man, those glass lids that I cleaned up, it's like a 180 difference. Okay, so I was a guest on Mexicali, and I was on Salient, but that was a while ago. I've actually wanted to get on with Salient's live stream, so hopefully I can get a hold of him soon, and we can do one together. Because I've been wanting to get back on with him again. Well, at any rate, welcome back. Thanks for stopping in, Eduardo. Homer said he's from the land of the Red Bull. That was stuck in there. Not a bad thing. All right. So all the 20s are done. 100%. Down to the last glass lid. We're getting outnumbered. Are we talking about like location wise? Maybe I have more people that are outside the US. Let me figure this out real quick. You guys, seems like you're carrying on a decent conversation with everybody, so that's awesome. I got to maneuver some things. So my plan also is to do these 10s. I'll empty them all at the same time, and then I'll refill them all back up. Yeah, I probably could use a little bit of coffee myself. I didn't have enough today. see, the glass on some of these tins, they don't look too bad. There's no sand on these ones. So, Mary says, Joe, do you guys have other animals? No. We debated getting a kitten for my daughter. But because of all the fish stuff we have going on, and there's a few other stuff, we just decided to wait probably about maybe another year, maybe less. Because I think it would help with my daughter being a little bit more like on her own. But everyone keeps saying to get a kitten because that's one of the best things you can do to for like a young kid, 2 years old or so they can kind of grow up with it, and play with it and stuff. But we're almost there. We're just not there quite yet. My top 10 gallon does not need a water change. All right, so what I need to do now is try to find a spot for you guys. Elfish, what do you mean kitten in a set and sour or sweet and sour sauce maybe? That sounds like chicken. Like that sounds like Chinese food. Like sweet and sour chicken. We have that around here. I wanted to say, if Eduardo, you're back, I just wanted to say thanks for coming and hanging out again. I appreciate it, along with everybody else, of course. But yeah, I knew that whenever I said that, I think you went to go get coffee and stuff. So I just want to make sure that you knew. Let me see if I can find a good spot for you guys. So here's my top 6. There's three more on the bottom, so Master Aquatics is 3 dogs, 6 zebra finches, orchids, and wild rabbits. This says sweet and sour kitten. Yeah. All right, I gotta turn some of these hang on the backs off. So give me a minute here. That one. Cool. I have flip switches on a couple of these hang in the backs that I have. One of them is on this one. This one's actually there is a peacock up here that has pop-eyed. It's been healing slow, but it has been healing, so it's been quarantining here for now. But it's getting better. These 10 gallons, like I said, it won't take long, but it's just a little, they're different to do water changes on. Because some of these tanks that I got, they're good on top of a burger, yeah. I would not complain about that. But anyway, some of these 10 gallons, they, because all these, or a lot of these has hoods. This is actually my very first 10 gallon right here that I ever bought myself. But all the other tanks have all been like used tanks I bought off a marketplace and stuff like that. So It's a little weird to do water changes, but I eventually want to move to all glass lids is what I want to do. Most of the glass on these tanks are looking pretty good. I'm not too concerned with them. Maybe just this one here. I'll start with this one. This is going to sound stupid, but it's amazing how fast 10-gallon tanks empty when you have a pump. Sorry guys for being behind chat for a little bit. Like I said, the 10-gallon tanks, I gotta pay attention to everything I'm doing since everything takes half the amount of time as the 20s do. But I'm still here. You guys just keep chatting away and hanging out. I'm doing the bottom tanks right now at the moment, so I'm just trying to keep an eye on everything. You guys just keep doing what you guys do best. I get my ladder for the next one. Next three, I should say. Hey, at least you guys can see me now. I actually have this this pump I'm using right now. I got it, if you guys heard earlier, Broaden came in later. I got it off Amazon. It only cost like 20 bucks or something like that. And it actually, it lasted probably about a year, but I use this thing pretty extensively, obviously for water changes, but it pumps so fast. I forget the gallons per minute. I might gotta, what I'll probably do is I'll probably put like in the description, whenever I'm done with this and post it, I'll put the description in the description box of this pump. So that way, if some of you guys have a few smaller tanks, this is what it's perfect for, is using for a bunch of the smaller tanks. It's just easy, I just go from tank to tank. And it works really well. My brute trash can's almost full. It's pumping though. No water coming into the bathroom, so that's good. All right. This is why you have to watch. You guys ever do paying attention is important, because even if the pump's off, you don't realize that even with the pump is being off, you might still be siphoning, because even if that pump was down below, the output of this hose, I'll just show you here, is it's still going into the trash can here. So even with that outlet being in there, it was still going into my bucket. So that's why I put my pump into that bucket, just in case, you know, whenever I'm done, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You know, I gotta take this out or disconnect the siphon process. All right, so I'm gonna get started. Let me check chat. Yeah, if you have big tanks, I'm sure it takes forever, June, to fill all your tanks up. I think L's fish tanks. I love Corey's. I'm probably gonna end up getting more of them because I love them so much. I'm not doing a water change on this one because I did it recently due to I had a fish in quarantine in here. But there's nothing in here now, so there has been nothing in here since the quarantine. I don't know, is that weird to you guys? Do you guys do water changes even if there's no fish in it? Because I personally don't. It's been a long time, and I could probably just do it real quick. I might as well, but I just really don't have I don't know. You guys let me know in the chat, June or Mary or anyone out there. Do you guys do water changes if you have an empty tank? I'll just go ahead and do it real quick. I don't have a problem with it. Might as well. Just for the sake of the live stream, right? I won't do like a major, I'll probably do like 25-30% on this. But I personally let me see what you guys said on that. Never heard of that issue, Master? Yeah, L's fish, it's shocking, right? I have to do a lot of fish movement, and because I have some baby fry, they're going to get bigger. So, yeah, I've been moving some fish around, a lot of them into my bigger tanks. So, yeah, shockingly enough, I have a few empty tanks right now, but that's not going to be the case here soon because I have 129 that's empty, but I use that specifically as a quarantine tank. So that always stays empty unless there's fish in it that I buy that I keep on that 30-day quarantine. So Mary, I don't know if you caught this on one of my streams before, but my water bill actually, it's not the water bill that I have a problem with, it is the electric bill because I have a well, and when I run the pump more, that's when I have a higher electric bill whenever I do water changes and stuff. Because my water is the same amount every month. I pay once every 2 months, and it's like $50. Gotcha. Master Aquatics. None in my house except the two that will be ready soon. Okay. Yeah, it's nice to have well water because, like I said, you don't have to worry too much about your water bill going too high, especially with some of the tanks up top because I have a 125 and a 75 and a 46. Plus all these down here. I mean, all right, I got to go back to the other room again so I can start filling these tanks up. So give me a second. Hey, Red. Yes, Pierre and Shrimple is Mary, yes. And Eduardo's in here. 17 tanks with no fish and no water, waiting for racks. Make your own. Make your own Elfish. That's what I did. This is all the ones I made on my own. I have videos for it, for both these and the 20s. So I could put that in the description too if interested. But I'll be right back, guys. Let me go turn this water on. All right, 77.7 degrees going in. That's Fahrenheit, because the United States is a bunch of weirdos. We like Fahrenheit. We don't use Celsius. For the longest time, I thought that everybody else was the weirdos using Celsius, and apparently we're the weirdos using Fahrenheit instead of Celsius. I don't understand why there's two things. Like, why don't we just come to agreement and just use one? Why don't we all use Celsius or Fahrenheit? Because we're America, that's right. Don't ever walk away from a fish tank while filling up. General rule of thumb. I'll walk in, I'll get my chat caught up here in a minute. Hey, yeah, we do drive on the right side of the road. Yes, we do. You're right, Homer. We have strange measuring. We're a bunch of, well, I guess I can't say that, but we're special. We have a racking company in our town. My son knows someone that works there. I can get steel racking cheaper than I can build it. Oh, sweet! So that's perfect. Saves time and money. So however you figure it out, you know your area and location. So that's perfect. It was actually cheaper for me to make this. Plus, I got to learn how to do it. So it was a lot of fun for both this one and the other one over there. Let me see here. Yeah, Jim, the 240 you're talking about, it's actually a lot of fun. That was like whenever I did this rack and the exact same one over there for the 20 long, it was a learning curve. You know, I used somebody else's YouTube channel as a reference, and then I just adjusted the measurements accordingly. And the crazy thing about, like, whenever you make a rack, like, you have to really pay attention to the measurements, especially when you're having a spot to put your tank at, because every tank is different. Like, every brand, it's like a 1/4 of an inch, to, 1/8 of an inch, whatever it may be, can make all the difference in your tank. So you almost have to go by your smallest dimension just to make sure that you're going to cover all sides of your bottom of your tank. And that was probably the biggest challenge for me, is I had different, because of getting these off of like Marketplace and different, most of these are used, so there's like 3 different brands that I have here, and they all had different dimensions. So that was probably the biggest challenge, is just figuring out how to get everything to work with all different sizes. Even though they're all 10s, that's part of the hardest thing to figure out. So do your homework and your math and your measurements, and that's important. So that way you have no tanks that are going to be, you know, off center, because we don't want that happening. All right, 2 for 9 so far. You Elfish, you must be pretty well-rounded then, I'm assuming. That's always good to have people like that, or people like you, because, you know, it's good for you, but then at the same time, you might have people calling you saying, oh, hey, by the way, I have a project for you. You want to come over and help me with this? So it has its pluses and drawbacks, because it makes you a very good homeowner. Measure twice, cut once. You know how many times that I measured for these racks? How much, even just looking at it and then going back? I mean, there's a video for me making these tanks too, and I don't obviously spend a whole lot of time on the measurements in the video, but just me in general, yeah, it was a lot of measurements. And to get everything connected all together so everything's even. And even with that being said, everything was even and straight, and I picked the best 2x4s because I spent a lot of time in my my Home Depot store, and you'd be amazed how many 2x4s are like warped, lopsided. I ended up taking half the rack and just setting it all aside just so I could get all the straight pieces, because if I'm building something outside, who cares? But if it's like a fish tank, it needs to be level, it needs to be straight, you know, I have to be picky. Three for 9. That's good that your brother helped you out a lot. My brother, Elfish, my brother helped me out a ton with some of this stuff. I mean, the racks themselves, I did all myself, so that was kind of a problem for me, but like my in-wall fish tank setup and the electric down here, he updated it all for me and set up a lot of different things. So he was like a huge help for all of this. Yeah, June, like, if you have like a DIY handbook and stuff, that's perfect. That worked out well then. Yeah, I use measuring tape, like a tape measure, but then, you know, whenever you build these racks, you have to use like a straight edge, one of those like corner pieces to make sure everything is, you know, perpendicular. So yeah, well, I do the same thing. So these are obviously all built racks, but then I have the ones, those industrial ones over here for the bigger tanks. I'd like to build another set. I want to do like a 55-gallon rack, because I'm probably going to need it in the near future. But we'll have to see. The fan prefers you not to use saws. Measure twice, cut nothing, like fingers. Cut only once, and that's wood. Oh boy, that's terrible. Uh, I forget what those corner pieces are called, Elfish. They're like, it just makes sure that everything lines up that are perpendicular. I can't remember what they're called, and I don't even have them. I don't have them down here. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But it basically connects onto the 2x4s, and then it puts them into a perpendicular spot. So that way, when you put the screws in on the top and the sides, that it makes sure that they're perpendicular and they're straight, as opposed to just lining them up and doing pre-drills and just feeding them into like the pre-drilling and then feeding the screws into the pre-drills. It's just kind of keeps them. I don't know the name of it. I don't know if one of you guys can think. Yeah, like it's like you use a square too, just to get your measurements correct. So I think, yeah, you are right. It's called a square. That's what I was trying to think of. But the other tool, like I said, is that, like I said, there's a name for that as well. But I wouldn't be able to do these racks without both of those, with the square for the measurements and then the other one to line everything up perpendicular, so that way that everything is level and secure and the way it's supposed to be. Four for 9. Hey, it looks like Juanita made it, right? Dixon Designs, that's Juanita, right? Yep. Whatever tools that you can get to make everything easier for you is perfect. And I was very precise about wanting to get things done exactly how I wanted to, so I looked up a lot of information on how to do it. So I'm just not very good with names. That's another reason why I haven't gotten into saltwater yet, because I just don't know enough information to get into saltwater. Yes, Juanita. Yep, that's what I thought. Trying to remember all this. I need to, well done, Mary. I need to, I forgot that the aqua clear hang in the back, you have to fill it up with water. Turn that back on. Stupid aqua clears. Great filters. I love aqua clear hang on the back filters, but it just sucks whenever you lose power. You have to add the water back in. P-Tag! Thanks for coming in, Juanita. I appreciate it. Do any of you guys know, I hate to do this, but any of you guys know anyone that'd be interested in subscribing to my channel? I'm getting really close to 500 subscribers for that first milestone. And I could try to share it in the Fish Fam link. I did it on Sailing's Discord. I don't think I have any mods. I might have to go in here. If anyone wants to be a mod or something, maybe I could have them help me out with sharing the Discord channel for Sailing. I know that's his channel, but that's where I post some stuff and we all talk. And if you guys know about that, it's a really fun thing to hang out over there and chat and share birthdays, share live streams. I've shown them before. Mary, I will try to add you as a mod when I get these water changes done. Hopefully you'll still hang out. I'll make you a mod once I figure out how to do that, because I don't think it's too hard, but I will do that. I just had to pay attention really close so I don't overfill these tanks. But I'll make you a mod, and that way you can help me with sharing the Discord channel and adding links and stuff like that. But yeah, it's all fun. All right, thank you, Homer. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys know anybody, I'm getting really close to that 500, so I'm trying to stay active with this YouTube and trying to keep things rolling. All right. Yeah, I will do that. I'm on my second to last. I'll show you guys here. Move down here. These are my bottom tanks. Juanita, was it Juanita? I think that asked if this is the first time I've shown these tanks. I have shown them before, but it's just been a while. I wanted to do a live stream in front of these tanks too, but with the live stream, it's I'd probably have to do a more close up, and then I could show all the tanks and what's inside of them. And I'll probably still do that here once I'm done and I got everything put away. But yeah, I will add Mary as a mod. I'll hit those. I'll go into the chat like you had said to add Mary as a mod, which is perfect. Master Aquatics is on your phone, just click on the triple dots and add mod. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think on my next live stream, like my standalone live stream, I wanted to actually do them in front of these tanks. That's for something different, but I was so focused on my Lunas and getting all that situated, so I was monitoring that situation very closely. So that's why I've been really, and plus I wanted to present my in-wall tanks. So I've been doing that. That's kind of my main presentation. It's got a desk there. It's got everything convenient. Whereas if I set it up in front of these tanks for a standalone live stream, I have to like move everything around and stuff. So it wouldn't take you long. It just takes, it wouldn't be a big deal. It just might take you a little bit of time. All right. Thanks, Mary. Okay, so Juanita, you're the one that asked about the tanks. Yeah. I think this is the first time I've done like an actual like live stream in front of all these tanks. I've shown them like in videos, but maybe you might be right. I've gone through and like on a live stream before and just kind of shown all the different, like a tour of the tank room, or I'm sorry, a tour of the fish room. But I've never like done water changes live before. I've never shown you guys everything and how everything looks. So I think this is why I wanted to do this today, because I wanted to show everyone the water changes on each individual tank, and also something different. You know, I mean, you don't see a whole lot of people doing water changes on a bunch of small tanks, so this is kind of a neat. This is kind of a neat thing to do. You get to see everything like up close, sort of in person, and I'll show you all the tanks when I'm done too, and get everything put away. Well, I'll probably show the tanks first because I don't want to waste your guys' time with me just cleaning things up. Are you talking about, Homer, are you talking about saltwater tanks? Are you talking about like me getting into that? It's going to be in the future, but it's not going to be, it's probably going to be in the distant future, because I want to do a video on it and about doing saltwater tanks for beginners. And it'd be perfect for me to do too, but I just haven't looked into it enough yet. It'll probably be a small tank too, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do it like in the office or something. All right, I need to shut the water off. I'll be right back. guys up again. Master, Master Aquatics, are you being fun? If so, I like it. Southwest Florida, huh? Okay. My dad, he has a boat in Jupiter, so I don't know. That's probably, are you closer? I'm trying to think of another location in Florida on the west coast. It's like mid-Florida. Deadpan serious, Master. Eduardo, okay. Thanks for reminding me. I'm trying to be better with names, so I appreciate it. Eduardo. All right. Oh, I got one more lid to put on. We all like a little fish humor. I'm completely okay with that. All right, so I am completely done with the water changes. I got some cleanup to do. Let me see if I can add Mary as a mod. So let me go over. I'm gonna go over to my computer. All right. There you go, Mary. Have fun. I appreciate it too. That's very nice of you to offer up. Master, or Eduardo. I need to keep saying Eduardo. That didn't take long, so you had to be quick, Eduardo. You had to really grab that net. But yeah, thanks, Mary, for offering up to do the moderator stuff. So you can share the Discord link if you want. You're more than welcome to share anything else that would be worthy enough to get my channel out there. Yeah, because that's not my Discord. Just to be, yeah, that's Jesse's Discord, Salient. So I don't know if I'm going to start one for my channel or not. I don't want it to be too overwhelming between you guys going back and forth between mine and Jesse's. And I feel like Jesse's got a good thing going on right now, and I'm always on there too. So, what's up, Jeff? P-Tag. Jeff P. Thanks for coming in. But yeah, I might start a Discord in the future, but we'll have to see because I don't want to steal Salient's thunder, and right now I feel like we got a good thing going on with his, and I don't want people to like jump back and forth all the time. So we'll see how things go. We'll see how my channel goes and whatnot. But this guy. But yeah, if you guys want to spread the word and get my channel to get more subscribers, I'd appreciate it. I will show you guys a lap of the fish room too, now that I have all my water changes done and complete. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I got 15 water changes done and no overfilled tanks. That's the goal, because that's a big challenge to do a live stream and be able to talk to you guys and not overfill a tank or kill any fish. So, you know, multitasking is like, whoa. Well, I did double check, Eduardo. Are you stealing my fish, Homer? But yeah, we gotta have humor in all this. I mean, otherwise it's no fun, right? So I made sure to double check whenever I put water in, made sure the water was wet, and made sure that the fish all had all fish so they could fish. All right, they could fish. Holy smoke. You guys can laugh at me for that. So they can swim. Holy cow. I think Mary is a member of Discord. But yeah, let me give you guys a rundown of all my tanks real quick. I'll show you guys all my water change tanks, and hopefully I can flip the camera around for you guys. This won't be too much of a challenge. This one's empty. I did have a couple yellow labs that were healing up from fin damage, but they're in the Mbuna tank. These are my ACI yellowtail. They are probably, I would say, 3 months old. I have so many red Apaches, it's ridiculous. I mean, these guys are growing, like, they're so active. I mean, this is what I was talking about earlier, about whenever I do water changes. It just seems like that they're so thankful, and they're swimming around, and they're active. So this is what I mean, how it's entertaining to see them. These are lemon jakes. Seems like you can kind of see a few of them start to change a little bit, you know, to that yellowish gold color. These are my oldest OB peacocks. I think they're about 5 months old. And you can kind of see some of the blotches that are starting to show up in them now. I'm probably going to eventually move these guys in the future because I have a spare tank. I actually have 2 spare tanks. So I want to move them into a 55. How many cichlids? Too many. These are more, I think these might be the Insignias. I'm not sure they're either that or more red Apache, but, yeah, there came a point to where I was having so many babies all at once that it was insane. Like, it was almost hard to keep up with everything. Here's my empty tank. I'm going to put probably fish in this one just to separate some of them so they can grow. These are my albino dragon bloods. They're probably a couple months old. And there's also, I think, 4 or 5 electric blue Alis. Those are the darker ones right there that you see. And then here, these might be Insignias too. These are the ones I kind of got mixed up with the Insignias and the red Apache because they're very similar as far as looks whenever they're this young. These are probably about 5-month-old albino dragon bloods. And I separated them from the other ones because a lot of these were dying off when I had them with others, so I just wanted to make sure these ones stayed healthy, and I separated these from the other dragon bloods, but they're doing good. These are more lemon jakes too. Yeah, those Eduardo, those albino dragon bloods, I'm really hoping that they stay healthy and they keep growing, because I'm eventually going to I want to put some of these upstairs in my all-male peacock and hat tank. I mean, they're really cool looking. I mean,
some of the males, like especially the one that's right here in the center, like I feel like he's going to be probably one of the most beautiful fish I'll see. And I hope that everybody makes it, especially him, because he's really showing a lot of color. These are more lemon jakes. Don't ask me why I don't have a substrate on this one. I just don't. I use this as a fry tank, and I never added substrate to it, and then I just left it that way. But I know I have a designated fry tank now. This is a one of the peacocks that I had that has a Popeye, and it's healing and it's doing better now. Um, so he actually is just starting to heal up. I've been giving him some vitamins and different foods like Northfin, and I've been doing different medications for him. So he's getting better. He was upstairs. These are just yellow labs. These are probably a couple months old. Maybe I would say 3 months old actually. And then these are more dragon blood down here. So those are all my water change tanks. Little quick tour of the fish room. Here's my, I like to call my dragon cage with all my dragon bloods in it. They'll follow you around. Thanks, Mary. Here's all my mollies. They're doing well and they're still doing good. This is my 29 gallon that I use as a quarantine tank specifically. These are a mix between Yellow Labs and ACI. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Jeff, for saying nice fish. Yeah, I have mollies. They breed like rabbits too, but they're a lot of fun. I've moved some upstairs actually to my 46 bow front with the community tank. These are lithobates, sulfur head. Oh, that float magnet? Yeah. They are, I have quite a few of those, and they are super convenient. But these lithobates, they will turn to like a blue with a yellow sulfur head on the top. And they're spotted when they're this young. But these guys are growing out. They're about 5 months old. They're looking good. And then we'll go to the others. These are more red Apache peacocks. This is a 60 gallon breeder up in here. So they're really active. These guys are Kenii. They are probably pushing a year old since I first had them. I'm assuming. I'd have to look on my app to be sure, but they are really active and they're growing out. They're getting big. The males are the yellow ones. There might be some other ones that are male too that aren't yellow, but those are like the more dominant males. And sometimes it takes longer for others to turn colors too, but they're getting bigger. They're probably about like a couple inches big now. So yeah, I haven't had one die in this tank in a long time, so knock on wood. And then these guys has become one of my favorite fish to watch because they're just so freaking active. Like these guys are the golden imbunas, or the Radis, and you have to keep these guys in a community of themselves, or else they get pretty aggressive. But if they're by themselves, I mean, they're look how active they are. It's so cool to watch these guys. And whenever the males, they change color too. Like if you look closely on that guy there, right here, he's starting to change color. I think that's why I've liked these guys so much. And even, like you see this guy here, he's starting to change color right here. They'll turn into a black color. I'll see if on my Mbuna tank, I'll show you what I mean. But these guys they're just super active. And whenever you feed them, they just go nuts. So it'll be a neat contrast to see the females stay the yellow, white, and black, whereas the males will change to the black color. So it'll be like a huge tank with all these Mbunas, and it's just going to be a super active tank, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch them grow up. These are my two breeder tanks. This is my hat breeder. It's got an insignius, lithobate, electric blue Ali, and a Venusis with a Walteri hat that I just got recently from Imperial Tropicals. That's that one there, is a Walteri. So this is my breeder tank, and if I'm not mistaken, there might be two of them that are holding. And I believe it's the Venusis, and if that's the case, I haven't seen the Venusis eat in a few days, and neither is my wife. So I'm kind of excited, and I think the electric blue Ali that you see right here, she might be holding too. And then here is this is my peacock tank. So you got the dragon blood, you have the OB, you have the lemon jake to the far right, and then you have the top one, which is, I swear that thing makes, that's the red Apache female, and she just makes babies like crazy. But like, all these fish, they're really active. I've been keeping up on water changes, and it's been a lot of fun to kind of watch everything happen and breed and everything. And then we'll go over here to, this is my fry tank here. It's a little cloudy at the moment, but everything's healthy. I might have to put the hang in the back in this one to clear things up, because I have one of those lights to clear things up. But these babies are probably a month old. And then I have some in the works. They're funny. It's so funny to see these like eyeballs and little tails show up, and it's really is entertaining to watch these things tumble around and grow. And then I made this tank specifically for fry purposes only, because I have, the inline, that's my air pump that supplies all the air to all my tanks. And then I have connections for these air lines to go into like this tumbler, and I have actually a third one. Yeah, you like that sail fin? It's not even a saltwater tank, so I'm doing pretty good. And then these are more dragon blood. I've had a lot of dragon blood in the past too, obviously because of my dragon cage. So it's just, whenever she had babies, she was having them like 50 to 60 at a time, and there's just so many of them. So I actually had to start separating them, and I could probably add a few more in here, but eventually I'll have to, like I said before in my streams, and I need to get a business going hopefully soon. That was my goal this year, is just create an LLC and try to get something going to sell these guys. So this is what I'm looking at whenever I'm live streaming. So whenever I'm facing the camera, I'm looking at my fry tank. That's an electric fireplace in the wintertime to help keep everything heated, but I'm probably going to find a bigger unit because it doesn't heat the basement as well in the wintertime, and it runs constantly, so I'm going to find a different option for it. But this is kind of what I look at on my live stream. And then when I turn around, there's my my food cart and meds and stuff. But here's what I do on my live stream. Here's everything that you guys see in my live stream. So if you guys look, remember I mentioned about the golden Aratus? Oop. That one there, yeah, send me some heat, Eduardo. That one there, that is a male Aratus, a golden Buddha. So the tank that you saw there was extremely active. The yellow, black, and white. That's what the males turn into full grown, is that black and silver. Sometimes it can turn to like almost like a very, very dark purple. So the males turn that way, and the females stay that yellow, white, and black. But these Mbunas, they're all getting along. The fish that I got from Imperial Tropicals, they've all helped out with getting these fish more comfortable. I haven't, Alishan, I haven't thought about the wholesale thing. I might need to start looking into that. I know there's some fish groups and stuff, and there's some different groups I can join, and there's some stuff around like conventions and stuff for fish keepers I can probably do. So I haven't looked into that yet, but I'm going to soon. But yeah, this is a whole redone setup. Like I explained this on my live streams, how I I've rescaped this entire tank. I've added a FX2 on, and I added a wave maker back there. And I kept one of my hang on the back filters plus all of the bubbles. I mean, you need a lot of activity for Mbunas. So, and then, so this is what everyone sees on my live stream. And then this is what I did have the Mbunas in temporarily while I was rescaping this. But there's nothing in here now except for the known pest snails that are absolutely everywhere. And I know I've been suggested to get assassin snails, but then again, at the same time, I believe Mary told me, if I'm not mistaken, that sometimes they'll even make babies too. So, but yeah, this is an aqua decor background. It's like a slim background. But I mean, these snails are just everywhere. They're the Malaysian trumpet snails, Homer. So yeah. That's it. That is everything in a nutshell. So, let me hang you guys back up. Yeah, that's what I thought, Mary. I think that's it. I just got to clean up a little bit, take the hoses down, and put everything away. And it's almost 5 o'clock, so I have to get eaten and hang out with the fam for a little bit, and then see what the next days have in store for me. So I'm going to leave you guys. Thanks again, Mary, for being a mod on here and helping me out with the Discord share. Yeah, thank you, Eduardo. Yeah, I've heard loaches too. So I could probably do that, before adding other, because I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to. Oh, thanks, Mary, for putting that in the Discord, or in the chat for the Discord. That's Salience, that's Jesse's Discord. Mary is pure and shrimple. But I have yet to decide what I'm going to put in the aqua decor background on the window. I think what I'm eventually still going to do is I want to put some of the OB peacocks in there whenever I start moving fish around, because that way I can see all the different colors that pop, and I think that would be really entertaining to see. But yeah, thanks guys for joining me on all this. Appreciate everyone coming in and having fun, and I know I still have you on my list, Juanita, for the mollies. Pure and complicated. She is a woman after all. Thank you guys all. You guys have been great for hanging out. I think I had like a total at one time at like 14. I see 9 likes. So before I go, just if you guys know anyone that wants to watch my live streams, watch my YouTube, and check out all the different things I've done with it, spread the word. I'm almost at that 500. So I appreciate you hanging out with me during my water changes and just having a good time joking around and hanging out. So yeah, share this with whoever, and then I will catch you guys soon. So make sure you enjoy the replay if you guys haven't already. Check out the replay if you guys want to after this, and share it with someone who might be interested. And we'll catch you guys next time. So we'll see ya. I got some cleaning up to do, and then we'll see you next time. See ya.